guys? It's Ryan with Rigs of Death Metal, and today we're going to do a demo for a couple Michael Klein audio pedals. We're going to be doing the Crissaegrim, which is an overdrive and distortion, and we have the Ball Gag noise gate. Let's check it out. Alright guys, so first let's talk about the Crissaegrim. In a nutshell, it's an overdrive. It just happens to also have enough gain on tap to where it could serve as your full-blown distortion or rhythm sound. Has a 3-band EQ here on the bottom. Just kind of lets you dial everything in exactly the way you want it. I kind of dial it in. You know, the profile I was using was of a dual rectifier. So the EQ, I kind of tried to complement the rectifier where it's a little bit more scooped. Kind of kept the mids around, you know, noon, maybe bumped it up just a tad, add a little bit of little bump of high end, and then dial back the low end a little bit since the rectifier's got a pretty loose low end. Level is cranked. The attack knob here, which kind of just changes the overall character of the high end, like how aggressive the tone is. And damage or distortion depends on whether I'm using a guitar with active pickups or passive. If I'm using something like active or something, you know, there's a lot of output, I'll keep the damage or distortion at 0. If I'm using passive pickups, I'll bump it up a little bit, you know, nothing too crazy. If I remember right, I want to say this was maybe 170, 175, which, you know, Michael, he builds all of these by hand one at a time, per your specs. You will talk to him via Instagram. That's the only place you can order these, is through his personal Instagram. You will, you know, you'll discuss whatever it is that your rig and your setup is, what guitar, pickups, tunings, all of that. And he will try to tweak and customize the voicing of this specific pedal to your rig. Which, you know, I've used this, you know, with, I used to have a revision dual rectifier, so I used a profile of one, but I've used this with plenty of other amps and it sounds killer through anything. I've also used this into a clean amp and used this as my primary distortion, and it sounds awesome. Once you max out the distortion, and you know, if you're trying to make, you know, like a death metal rhythm tone out of it, once it gets all the way like maxed out, the low end kind of sounds a little bit fuzzy, but you know, it's to be expected, I suppose. You could always use this as a distortion and then maybe run another overdrive like a TS9 or a Boss, you know, super overdrive, something, you know, whatever you might have laying around. You could run into this. And this would just kind of be like your, you know, your front end gain and EQ shape, I guess. But let me see. Oh, and one of the other cool things, whenever you get a custom build from Michael, you get to pick out the color scheme and the overall graphics and look of it. My wife and I mutually love typo negative, so I went with a all typo negative kind of layout, including a black #1 graphic running up the side, kind of like on all their album art. Yeah, just a nice little touch. And then whenever I was shopping for a noise gate, it was right about the time that Michael announced that he was putting out his own. And yeah, it's a very, very simple layout, but it's actually probably the most advanced noise gate I've used. You know, I was always a Boss NS2 kind of guy, and then, you know, used a couple other cheap ones. But yeah, this thing you can actually run into the front end and in the effects loop of your amp, and that way you're kind of gating, you know, both ends, so it's just totally dead quiet. There's a toggle switch for a soft or hard gate. You know how just how quick or how intense the clamp down is on the gate. And might as well show off the graphic here. Everything dies. You know, another typo reference, but upgraded this one with the crackle finish. You know, just something cool. Not much to say about this. I mean, it works. It's definitely my favorite gate that I've used. A lot of good ones out there these days. Everybody's kind of getting in on the untapped market of a high-end noise gate. You know, probably started with like the Fort and Zool, and now everybody's kind of doing their own little take on it. But yeah, man. And I've been in good talks with Michael for quite a while now. I consider him a friend. Good dude. Pumping out more and more designs, you know, every month or so. Lots of different distortions. He has a couple different pedals that he designed in conjunction with some, you know, big names in death metal. He has the Dybbuk, which is the signature overdrive of Sammy Dewey of Goat and also just put out the Slimer, which was I think the Evil Chunk. I'm sorry, the Evil Chunk. I'll leave it in. The Evil Chunk was designed in part by, I believe, Matt Harvey from Exhumed and Gruesome, just to kind of go for more of an old school death kind of sound. So check him out on Instagram. Hit him up, you know. Amazing prices for the quality, and as well as, you know, being handmade one-offs, basically, you know, custom to however you want it to look and sound. So kind of a bargain at that point. But yeah, all right. I will leave links for his Instagram in the description below. Leave a comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. Thanks, guys. Bye.